How's everybody tonight? Are you all looking good? Good. Everybody is good tonight. It is really a super Wednesday and a happy Wednesday. And today is my maiden presentation in product sharing. I've always been sharing testimonies and more to what I said is a reward plan. But today I like to do something different. Okay, so share with you tonight something very unique. But before I continue, do you still think that health is the most important thing in life? If it is the most important thing, give me a 555. If not, give me a 333. Because as I go on, I would really love all of you to come in and join me and get what I have benefited from LifeWave during this 2 years, not 1.5. I've heard it's already 2 years. This month is actually last month was actually my 2nd anniversary. So if health is the most important thing in life, is aging now disturbing us? Are there a lot of aging people? Age-related diseases, are they already giving a lot of your moms and your grandmother pain? If it is so, let's go on and see what is going to happen next. So I would like to ask you a question. Are you really satisfied with your health and how you look and feel? And what are you doing with all your finance and your future unfolding? If the answer is no, well, you're in the right place at the right time with the right opportunity. Because after my talk, it will be a reward plan, very, very, very bombastic reward plan by Albert. Okay, so if that is the case, if you are in the right place and the right moment, health is still is well, correct? But many agree that health is well only after they lost it. Do you all agree with me again? 77, please. I need all the support tonight. Because all disease begins in the gut. Correct, right? So when it begins in the gut, tonight I'm not talking about the gut. But this was actually proclaimed by Hippocrates that all disease begins in the gut. And the gut is actually, it's often called the body's second brain. Why? Let us go on and have a look. And I would actually like to let you know tonight, topic of the day is what is happening and why is our gut in problem? Because of who didn't change their phone this year or last year? Who didn't change their TV this year? During the Chinese New Year, who went and bought a new car? So all these gadgets are giving us what? A lot of radiation. Okay? And now electric car, wireless charging. So all these things are actually giving us a lot of radiation and polluting our environment. And next to it, is the sea polluted? Are the seafood safe to eat anymore? Are the agriculture pollution also disturbing us? What do you mean by agriculture pollution? With the factories and the chemicals everywhere. So are the plants, are the vegetables that we are eating so safe? We still doubt that already, correct? So last time, a lot of people will tell me to get a bowl of wonton for me during that time. It's actually luxurious already. But nowadays, people tell me they do not have enough food. You look at the food on the table, every night buffet. Isn't there enough food? But yet they keep on telling me they do not have enough food. And they say that they do not have enough nutrients. They need to go on to get some more supplements. Is that what we should be doing? If you are going to keep on doing that, it is going to cause your gut a big, big problem. Because besides having all those that I have just mentioned to you, it is going to cause leaky gut, which Jinhua always, actually he is the master in leaky gut. He was the one who told me about leaky gut because he was the one who had leaky gut. And this information is causing a lot of trouble inside us. So today's thing of the day is not about what the leaky gut is going to affect our organ. The thing of the day is that I'm going to tell you, remember that word, inflammation. Okay? And the next one is that this inflammation, what would it tell you, no worry, medicine can take care of all of my health problems. Are they really doing that? You take a look at this fact map. What did they tell you? That drugs is actually the 4th leading cause of death in the US. Alarming or not? So alarming, correct? But yet people still go on for it. And all these things are doing what? They're causing more and more stress to people, not only old people. You know. Now the second thing of the day that you must remember is stress. Just now was inflammation. Now we have to remember stress. A lot of people are being affected by stress, and a lot of their health are also being affected by stress. So if stress is that dangerous to us, causing us so much problem in our cardiovascular system, in our immune system, in our digestive system, what would be the best thing that you should actually do if those things are going to happen? If those things are going to happen, I think I will have to introduce you to something that I have loved these 2 years. And does it look familiar? Why LifeWave? So the dynamic duo is actually very famous now in Life Changer. But tonight, I would like to enhance on one product that is Aeon. Okay? So this picture, why I like to tell you is that it was during one of my webinar talk by David that I got it from him. He said, to relieve yourself from stress, the fastest things that you can do is to send love out. You know what it's going to do to you when you send love out to people? Yeah, it's going to increase your oxytocin. And what does oxytocin does to you? It decreases the risk of heart disease, lower blood pressure, improve the immune system, and longer lifespan. Just like that only. Just go and love people. Just be grateful to whoever that you see, and keep smiling. This one will actually make you very healthy. But because this one actually will reform your young tissue, and the old tissue will be repaired, and it will give you rejuvenation, correct? So, this is what I'm going to let you know how these things are going to happen if you were to be in touch with our product. Actually, this queen bee, do you know that the queen bee lives 60 times longer than their worker bee? And just because they consume a peptide called royal jelly, this special peptide allows them to have extraordinary lifespan. So if this lifespan can be prolonged, so this was during an event. This was another webinar that I got the tip from David, whereby he met up with the doctor who actually was very surprised how the queen bee could live for so long. And having said, he actually tried out the royal jelly onto the workers' bee, and that gave them 5 times longer to live. So say today, we want to take this royal jelly and give it to humans, and we are 60 times, can live 60 times longer. Wow, I will be very, 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 very old. So how are we going to do that? Can it actually increase and give us 300 grams of royal jelly when one piece of Aeon can actually activate it? And who is the man behind this? None other than David Smith.
Second favorite patch after X39, I'd probably have to say it's Aeon. And Aeon has a really incredible story, which I can only tell apart because I wouldn't want people to make claims about it that we don't authorize. But long story short, I was at Suzanne Summers' house, and I was having dinner there with a group of scientists. This is what I like to do for fun. I hang out with old scientists, and so I'm pretty boring socially. So, but I met a scientist there that I had wanted to meet for quite some time. He's very well known. He had been doing research into natural types of cancer therapy and actually molecules that the body produces in an attempt to fight and suppress cancer cells. And he is also very, very interested in longevity. So he did this experiment, and he wanted to know, and this is really the way science works, is we ask questions about the natural environment. And he was seeing that the queen bee was living 50 to 60 times longer than the worker bee. So the question is, why is that? Genetically, they're nearly identical. So what's the difference? And he found out it was the food, and that the queen bee is the one that's consuming the royal jelly. And in the royal jelly, there is a specific peptide that regulates inflammation and allows the queen bee to live so much longer. So he isolated this peptide. He injected it into a worker bee, and just one injection of this peptide allowed the worker bee to live 5 to 6 times longer than normal. So now he said, okay, well, can we apply this to human beings? And remarkably, he found the same chemical exists in human beings. So he said, well, why don't human beings, live, a couple hundred years? And interestingly, the reason is because this peptide is produced in the liver and it begins to decline at about age 30. So we lose the advantage of this. So I began to look at finding, well, if this is already a peptide that exists in the human body, maybe we could find a way to turn it back on. And that's what the Aeon patch became. So the Aeon patch elevates this peptide. And what we found, we did about 9 clinical studies on it. And what we found in our testing is that it is a broad spectrum anti-inflammatory. It will reduce inflammatory cytokines, C-reactive proteins, homocysteine, lipid peroxides, fibrinogen. So that was it. That's one of its main benefits. We did another clinical study with Dr. Tom Budzinski, and Dr. Budzinski and his wife, Helen Budzinski, another PhD. They found out that within seconds of applying the Aeon patch to the body, that it would bring the autonomic nervous system into balance. And this is why when people wear the Aeon patch, first it reduces the stress on the nervous system, and then it begins to elevate antioxidants and reduce inflammation. So Aeon patch, for many years, not surprisingly, was a top-selling product. And I love it because it not only do people get the daily benefits of the product, but there are some very, very serious longevity benefits to using Aeon as well.
It's why it is so important that we need to activate our own peptide that is inside the royal jelly, because this very piece of Aeon that you are going to be in touch by just patching at the back of your neck is going to help you to reduce stress in the body, promote relaxation, to calm your discomfort, erase tension, and inflammatory response in your body. Inflammation, I told you, take into consideration that word, and this one reduce stress. So I have a solution now for you. What are we going to do? Are we going to just say, this type of a plastic, which I myself told my friend Janet, what is it? But we have clinical studies, don't worry. All our products have clinical studies in 2015. It was actually being tested that this is so unique. This YH product, Aeon, has actually improved the physical functional status of 7 organs. Powerful or not? And the result of the medical infrared measurement proved that there is a rebalancing of the autoimmune nervous system. That is the antioxidant that you're going to see later, the SOD. And the study also proved a supporting evidence that stimulate the acupuncture point that play a very physical part on the body autoimmune nervous system too. So with that clinical study being proven, and to show that just by patching at the points that is displayed on your flyers, you will actually see that Aeon inflammation, actually it evaluates a superoxide SOD and balance the autoimmune system and hormonal production. That is Aeon. You see the position where they patch their patch, and this actually is known as the longevity patch, as Aeon activates the peptide in your body. That is also found in royal jelly. What did I say to you about royal jelly? The queen bee could live 60 times longer. And this peptide actually protects our telomeres. Why are we being told to patch Aeon at night and X39 in the morning? This is one of the reasons. So if you can go and patch yourself with this product, it actually regulates your own SOD production. It is a very important antioxidant inside your system. A lot of time you would say that we evaluate your glutathione by 300%. After patching carnosine, it evaluate your carnosine. But why? David didn't tell us that it has a very good antioxidant also. it evaluates the SOD inside us. Because why? Actually, during one of his webinar, it is actually this peptide actually. So if that could be done with all the antioxidant there, we are able to actually prevent aging and repair our cell organ, inflammation and the stress, and repair the DNA. And that DNA is repaired by X39. So Aeon patch is actually a very good combination for X39 because it does a lot of wonders to our system by removing the stress, the inflammation, and anti-aging, and repair the cell and organ damage. Isn't this a wonderful patch? All thanks to David, we have this unique patch. What does LifeWave do? It activates the doctor within you. This one I've gone through. Actually, I've told you, it actually removes all the stress, inflammation, helps to repair the organ. And the best part of the day is that it actually helps you to activate the doctor within you. Why is it so important LifeWave could do? Is that this very patch that is here, that we are using as a patch to activate your own self-healing. How do we do that? We are using your body heat. It's a bit fast now. So when you're activating it through your body heat with a non-drug, non-transdermal, and non-invasive patch, don't you think it's safe to use? But bear in mind, however safe, we need you to actually tee up with it. We need you to be hydrated. So always remember that patch your X39 in the daytime and Aeon in the nighttime, and have your hydration come up. I can tell you all, there are a lot of things this best conductor can do for you. Because we need them to actually enhance, to get back our life, to be in control of our life. Even you have a lot of money, you can't pay a person to be in the hospital bed for you, can you? You can't, right? And neither can you take back the most significant gift that you can give to your loved one is to remain healthy. That's what I always tell people. My best tip of the day is that at this age of mine, there's nothing better than being able to follow them to travel than to be sitting at home and just getting their messages. So I always tell people during my testimony that please remember the most significant gift that you can give your loved one is always to remain healthy. And how are we going to remain healthy? And during these 2 years, I found that LifeWave had actually changed my life, because life is full of uncertainty and life is new. Since you have one life, can you agree that we better don't waste it? Give me a 7-7 if you think that this is very important, because I do not want you to waste the life that you have. So I would love to share with you this tip of the day. It's because it helped me during my past 2 years.